So I'm going to be honest. Everybody wants to bench more, even though it has virtually zero practical application or functional carryover to any real world or athletic endeavor. The bench press is where it's at. If somebody asks you, how strong are you, or how much do you lift, it is universally understood that they want to know how much you bench press. And if the number is unsatisfactory, unfortunately, it can lead to an indefinite suspension of your bro card. There are thousands of videos online addressing topics such as sets, reps, percentages, etc., etc., etc. But one thing that is often overlooked is core stability. How tight and how rigid can you keep your midsection during the duration of the lift? Now, I know it's not the sexiest topic, but core stability is every bit as pertinent as leg drive, bar path, or anything else to do with moving heavy weights. I'll give you an example. Let's say you need to jack up your house. You had some friends over this past weekend, and let's just say things got a little weird. Okay, and now you have to jack up your house and level your floor before the landlord catches wind of your debaucherous weekend. So you crawl under the house with your little bottle jack and you go to jacking it up. You're jacking and jacking, but wait, nothing is happening. Do you know why? It's because your bottle jack lacks core stability. If it had core stability, like, I don't know, a block or a piece of plywood or something, the house would go right up, your shims would be in place, catastrophe averted. Instead, you have an eviction notice and your security deposit is being withheld. Oh, I've seen it 100 times. You cannot place enough value on core stability. Witty metaphors aside, it's really not that difficult to improve your core stability. It's just that a lot of people go about doing it the wrong way. I touched on this in a previous video. The first thing we have to do is to define stability. What does it mean? Rigid, stiff, still, difficult to move. So what sense then does it make to do movements like crunches and sit-ups? What sense does it make to practice being still by moving? No, you should rather be utilizing movements like planks, bridges, and different modalities, like my good old friend, the stability ball here. Some folks call it a Swiss ball, I call it a stability ball. Now I know what you're thinking. This is supposed to be a bench tip video, right? It is. My therapist told me that I should own my ADD, so just be patient. As I mentioned, we're looking for an exercise that is going to force us to stabilize our core. But it would also be nice if that exercise mimicked the neurospecific patterns of the movement we're trying to improve. Enter the stability ball. If this bad boy is a base of support, you'll be forced to keep your midsection tight. And there's really no way to cheat it. Like Ludacris. Make one false move, it'll take you down. The single arm stability ball press. If this movement isn't in your portfolio, it should be. Because of the unbalanced nature of the stability ball and the offset load, you have no choice but to keep your core tight throughout the lift. Now, if this movement is just a little too hard for you, you can let some air out of the ball and make it a little easier. But if for some reason you find that this movement's too easy, then bring out the kettlebells. Now, a lot of people don't like kettlebells, probably because of the communist ideals that are associated with them. But you don't have to be from Mother Russia to reap the benefits of this Marxist modality. Remember, this is America. You have a choice. Aside from the stability factor, the kettlebell will force you to keep your elbows under the weight, which is just good policy. So there you have it, folks. You want your bench press to go up, any other lift for that matter, keep a tight core. I'm not saying it'll help as much as, steroids or anything, but it's there. Don't forget to check out practicalathletics.com and book a time. I'll see you then.